That WD-40 of yours is not just for squeaky doors. It can actually save you thousands in expensive car repairs with one spray. Here's the twist. You're probably using it wrong or have no clue how powerful it really is. Mechanics don't tell you this. The same tricks you can do with WD-40 are the ones they'll happily charge you hundreds of dollars for. Today, I'm revealing 15 WD-40 hacks that can save your car and protect you from thousands of unnecessary repairs. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for number 1. This one trick with WD-40 helped people avoid hundreds in repair bills. Let's dive in, starting with number 15, emergency headlight restoration. Ever notice your headlights looking like they've been hit with a sandblaster? That yellow, cloudy mess isn't just ugly, it's cutting your nighttime visibility by up to 80%. Professional restoration runs $100 to $300, but here's the thing. WD-40 can bring them back to life in under 5 minutes. UV rays break down the protective coating on your lenses, leaving microscopic cracks that scatter light instead of projecting it. Spray WD-40 on a microfiber cloth, never directly on the lens, and wipe in firm circular motions. The formula fills those tiny cracks, temporarily restoring clarity and making your headlights shine like new. Now let's be honest, this is a temporary fix that lasts a few weeks, not permanent. But when you need safe visibility right now and don't have time for a full restoration, this $6 trick is a lifesaver. For stubborn oxidation, add a dab of non-gel toothpaste to the mix. The mild abrasives help scrub away deeper yellowing. Pair this with regular washing to prevent future buildup, and you'll maximize the effect. But here's what they don't tell you about paint damage. Number 14, paint scratch vanisher. Got a scratch that's just deep enough to ruin your car's sleek vibe? Before you stress over a $150 body shop visit, grab that trusty can of WD-40. For light surface scratches, think fingernail depth marks. It works wonders in ways most people never imagine. Spray WD-40 onto a microfiber cloth and gently buff the scratch in circular motions. The formula softens the top layer of clear coat, helping blend the edges and reduce visibility. Wipe off residue and your paint looks smoother instantly. But here's the catch. This is a quick fix, not permanent. Follow up with car wax to lock in the repair and add UV protection. If the scratch catches your fingernail, it's too deep. You'll need polishing compound or touch-up paint instead. Always test an inconspicuous spot first, especially on older vehicles or custom paint jobs. Some older clear coats can be more sensitive, and you don't want to dull the finish by accident. Once you verify it's safe, work in small sections for the best results. And just when you think surface issues are bad, wait until you see what's killing your battery. Number 13, battery terminal corrosion killer. Picture this, you turn the key and nothing, just a weak click. That crusty blue-green buildup on your battery terminals isn't just ugly, it's blocking electrical flow and slowly killing your entire electrical system as we speak. But here's what most drivers miss. Corrosion creates resistance between your battery and everything it powers, forcing components to work harder until they fail completely. This leads to dim headlights, sluggish starts, and potential alternator damage. Left unchecked, you're looking at $200 plus for a tow and diagnostics. The WD-40 fix is stupidly simple. Disconnect the battery, negative first, then positive, always in that order. Spray WD-40 on the terminals and let it sit 10 to 15 minutes. The formula breaks down corrosion instantly. Scrub with a wire brush or old toothbrush. Wipe clean with a microfiber cloth, then reconnect. Positive first, then negative. Before you button everything up, apply a light protective coat of WD-40 to prevent future buildup. This 15-minute task can save you from that embarrassing parking lot jumpstart scenario. But corrosion isn't the only thing eating your car alive. Number 12, undercarriage rust shield. Your car's undercarriage is under constant attack right now, and you probably don't even know it. Road salt, moisture, and debris are eating away at brake lines, fuel tanks, and frame rails this very second. Ignore it long enough and you're staring down $2,000 plus in structural repairs. Or worse, a vehicle that's unsafe to drive. Here's where WD-40 becomes your rust-fighting superhero. After cleaning off dirt and existing surface rust with a wire brush, spray WD-40 evenly on exposed metal areas. Focus on bolts, joints, and weld points where rust loves to start its invasion. The water-displacing formula creates a protective barrier that slows corrosion dramatically. But here's the critical part. Avoid breaks and moving parts. You want protection, not a lawsuit. Reapply every few months. especially after winter driving or rainy seasons. For maximum defense, pair this with a dedicated undercoat spray. This simple routine can add years to your vehicle's life and keep those expensive structural repairs at bay. Off-road enthusiasts and rural drivers have been using this trick for years, especially on truck frames and SUV components. Speaking of winter nightmares, this next one will save you from an embarrassing lockout. Number 11. Frozen Lock Liberator. There's a special kind of frustration reserved for winter mornings when your key won't turn in a frozen lock. You're already late, the temperature is plummeting, and your door lock has decided to become solid ice. Locksmiths charge $100 to $200 for emergency calls, if you can even reach one. Here's what's actually happening. Moisture gets trapped inside the lock mechanism, freezes solid, and blocks the pins from moving properly. The WD in WD40 literally stands for water displacement. This was its original purpose back in 1953. Spray a small amount into the keyhole, insert your key, and turn it several times. The formula displaces moisture and melts ice almost instantly. And here's the kicker. The thin lubricating film left behind prevents the problem from recurring immediately. Keep a travel-size can in your bag or desk during winter months. You'll be someone's parking lot hero eventually. This works on trunk locks too. And it's way cheaper than explaining to your boss why you couldn't get into your car. Drivers pay over $100 for emergency lockouts that could be prevented with this simple trick. If you made it here, kindly like the video. We'll very much appreciate it. We did a lot of research. Anyways, this next one will shock you. Number 10. Squeaky belt silencer. That high-pitched squeal under your hood doesn't automatically mean you need a $150 belt replacement. Often it's just moisture getting between the belt and pulleys, causing slippage and that ear-piercing noise that makes everyone stare at you at stoplights. But here's the truth. Mechanics won't tell you. Spray a light mist of WD-40 on the belt's underside, not the top surface. This displaces water and reduces initial friction, buying you time to schedule a proper inspection. But let's be clear, this is temporary relief, not a permanent solution. WD-40 can deteriorate rubber over time if you soak it, so use it sparingly. ASE-certified mechanics have recommended this emergency trick for decades when you're stuck in a situation where the squealing is unbearable and you need to get somewhere important. Just don't make it a habit. If the belt is actually worn or damaged, no amount of WD-40 will save you from an eventual replacement. This $6 fix buys you time to schedule a proper inspection, instead of panicking into a belt replacement you might not need yet. Just remember to never soak the belt, as excessive application is where the real damage occurs. The problem is that moisture getting between the belt and pulleys creates slippage and that ear-piercing noise. This emergency fix provides temporary relief by displacing water and reducing initial friction, giving you time to diagnose whether you actually need a new belt or just had a moisture issue. But if you think squeaky belts are bad, wait until you hear this grinding nightmare. Number 9. Spark plug liberation. Ever tried removing spark plugs only to hear that terrifying grinding sound? That's metal fusing to metal, and it's about to turn a simple maintenance job into a $4,000 nightmare. Forcing it will strip threads, crack the plug, or worse, damage your engine block. Here's the smart move most mechanics keep to themselves. Spray WD-40 directly into the spark plug threads. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes while it works its way down, breaking corrosion's grip from the inside out. In real-world testing, bolts requiring 500 foot-pounds of torque to break loose needed just 238 foot-pounds after WD-40 treatment. That's the difference between saving your engine threads and paying thousands in repairs. And here's the bonus tip mechanics won't tell you. Slightly warm engines respond even better to penetrating sprays. Try this right after a short drive for maximum effectiveness. This same technique works on exhaust bolts, lug nuts, and any threaded fastener that's giving you grief. A $6 can of WD-40 versus thousands in machining work. Easy math. This saves both your engine threads and your wallet from catastrophic damage that could have been prevented. Most people reach for brute force, which only makes things worse. The smarter move is using WD-40 to spray directly into the threads and let it sit 10 minutes as it works its way down, breaking the corrosion's grip from the inside out. You save both your engine threads and your wallet from a nightmare repair bill. And speaking of stuck mechanisms that cost a fortune, number 8, window regulator rescue. Nothing's more frustrating than a car window stuck halfway down during a rainstorm. Repair shops love these calls. They'll charge $300 to $600, claiming the entire regulator mechanism needs replacement. But here's what they're not telling you. Most window problems are just dried lubricant and minor corrosion, not mechanical failure. Remove your door panel, usually just a few screws and clips. Locate the window mechanism and spray WD-40 on all moving parts, tracks, cables, rollers, and pivot points. Work the window up and down several times to distribute the lubricant throughout the system. You'll be shocked how many broken windows start working perfectly after this treatment. But here's the part most drivers miss. This works for both manual and power windows. The WD-40 penetrates into tight spaces, displaces moisture, and restores smooth operation. Reapply every 6 to 12 months as preventive maintenance. Just avoid spraying interior panels to prevent sticky messes. Seriously, who wants to explain greasy fingerprints all over their door trim? It's one of those repairs that seems complicated, but is actually quite simple once you know what to do. Most window problems are caused by dried out lubricant and minor corrosion, not mechanical failure. The WD-40 penetrates into the mechanisms and restores smooth operation, saving you from an unnecessary and expensive replacement that repair shops are quick to recommend. Now let's tackle the sticky mess that's literally eating your paint. Number 7. Bug splatter and tar destroyer. Did you know WD-40 melts away sticky nightmares that regular car soap can't touch? That rock-hard tree sap or baked-on bug guts isn't just gross. It's actually etching into your clear coat as we speak, causing permanent damage that'll cost hundreds to repair. Here's the technique professional detailers use. Spray WD-40 directly on the affected area and let it penetrate for 30 to 60 seconds. The solvents break down molecular bonds without abrasion, lifting away substances that would otherwise require dangerous scraping or harsh chemicals. Wipe gently with a microfiber cloth and watch it disappear like magic. And get this, professional detailers charge $50 plus for spot treatment of these contaminants. This DIY approach costs just cents per application. Just remember to wash the area with soap and water afterward to remove residual WD-40 before it attracts dust. This works on tar, tree sap, bird droppings, and road grime that's been baking in the sun all summer. You should know that professional detailers charge premium prices for what you can do yourself in minutes with basic supplies. To put it simply, the solvents break down the molecular bonds without abrasion, lifting away substances that would otherwise require dangerous scraping or harsh chemicals. This same technique works on everything from tar to tree sap to bird droppings that regular car soap won't touch. But if you think tar is annoying, this next sticky situation is even worse. Number 6. Sticker and decal assassin. We've all been there, trying to remove that old parking permit, expired registration sticker, or the dealership badge that's been advertising for them on your car for years. Scraping risks paint damage, and adhesive removers cost $10 to $15 for a single bottle. But here's the kicker. The WD-40 method is beautifully simple and costs next to nothing. Spray liberally on the sticker and surrounding edges, then let it sit 2 to 3 minutes as it seeps under the adhesive. The penetrating oil breaks down sticky compounds, allowing you to lift everything with a plastic card or your fingernail without damaging surfaces. This works on bumper stickers, window tint adhesive residue, price tags, and even stubborn tape marks. One professional detailer confessed, "This is literally what we use, then charge you for an hour of labor. Now you know the secret. Keep that extra $100 in your pocket." This works on everything from bumper stickers to window tint adhesive residue, saving you from the $100 plus that detail shops charge for the same service. One detailer confessed this is literally what they use, then charge you for an hour of labor. For tougher adhesive, you might need a second application. Just spray again, let it sit another minute, and the residue will wipe away clean. The key is patience. Let the WD-40 do the work instead of forcing it. Speaking of hidden damage, this next spot is eating your car from the inside out. Number 5. Door sill rust prevention. Your door's biggest rust risk hides right where you step in every day, and most people never check it until structural damage appears. Those door sills you step across collect water, salt, and debris that eat through your car's structure from the inside out, especially where inner and outer panels meet. But here's what they don't tell you. The danger zone is those seams and channels where moisture gets trapped without ever fully drying. Vehicles without proper drain holes or those with damaged seals are particularly vulnerable. A light spray of WD-40 along these seams and drip rails creates a moisture barrier that prevents oxidation from starting. Pay special attention to the lower corners of doors where water naturally pools. This 5-minute task performed seasonally can literally save your door from rusting through. Door rust repair starts at $500 and can exceed $2,000 if structural components are compromised. Suddenly, that $6 can of WD-40 looks like the bargain of the century, doesn't it? Good for you, because this tip just saves you hundreds in car repairs that most drivers never see coming. The inner and outer panels create seams and channels where moisture gets trapped without ever fully drying, especially in vehicles without proper drain holes. This is particularly important for older vehicles or those driven in harsh winter climates, where road salt accelerates the corrosion process. And just when you think door rust is bad enough, imagine being locked out of your own engine bay. Number 4. Hood latch unsticker. There's nothing worse than pulling the hood release during an emergency, only to find it completely seized shut. Now you can't access your battery, check fluids, or diagnose engine problems. Roadside assistance calls for hood release failures average $85 to $150, assuming you can even get help quickly. Here's what's actually going on. The hood latch mechanism is particularly vulnerable because it collects road grime, salt, and moisture, while remaining largely ignored until crisis strikes. Typically, when you're stranded and need immediate access, spray WD-40 directly into the hood latch mechanism, both the interior release handle and the actual latch under the hood. Work it through its full range of motion several times. And here's a pro tip. If the latch is already jammed, try gently pressing down on the hood while someone pulls the interior release. Sometimes pressure is all it needs. Once open, clean with a rag and apply white lithium grease for longer lasting protection. Make this part of your seasonal maintenance checklist. 1 minute now prevents a dangerous delay when you need engine access during an emergency. Keeping your hood release in good shape isn't just about convenience. It's about safety when every second counts. The lubricant breaks down existing corrosion and leaves a protective film that keeps things moving freely. If you ever need to access the engine bay quickly, whether for a fire, overheating, or electrical failure, this 1-minute WD-40 trick could literally be the difference between a quick fix and a dangerous delay. But while you're thinking about emergencies, your trunk tools are plotting revenge. Number 3. Emergency tool rust shield. Those tools sitting in your trunk, jack, lug wrench, jumper cables, are slowly rusting away, guaranteeing they'll fail when you finally need them. Your trunk experiences extreme temperature swings and humidity changes, creating perfect conditions for condensation that settles on metal surfaces and initiates corrosion. But here's the reality check. Even brand new tools can rust in your trunk within months. Give your emergency tools a light coating of WD-40, focusing on hinges, joints, and bare metal surfaces. This creates a moisture barrier preventing rust during long storage periods. Wipe off excess to avoid grease buildup. For maximum protection, store tools in a sealed box or zip bag with silica gel packs. Replacing rusted emergency equipment costs $50 or more. This 2-minute maintenance task keeps your roadside rescue gear ready when it matters most. Because discovering your jack is seized solid while you're stuck with a flat tire at midnight, that's a special kind of nightmare nobody wants to experience. Temperature swings and humidity cause condensation, which eats away at metal fast, especially on jacks and lug wrenches. Spray a light coat of WD-40, $6 to $10 a can, on all metal surfaces, focusing on hinges, joints, and exposed parts. Wipe off any excess to avoid grease buildup. This creates a moisture barrier that prevents rust during long storage, keeping your emergency gear ready when it matters most. Now here's where things get interesting, a WD-40 trick that works on you. Number 2, grease-covered hand solution. Ever finished an emergency repair only to discover soap won't touch the stubborn grease covering your hands? That black automotive grime has a different molecular structure than everyday dirt, allowing it to embed deeply in skin while resisting water-based cleaning. But here's what professional mechanics use daily, but rarely admit to customers. Spray WD-40 directly into your palms. Rub together to dissolve the grease. Then wash normally with soap and water. The water-displacing properties that make it perfect for car maintenance also make it ideal for removing what car maintenance leaves behind on your skin. And here's why it works so well. WD-40 acts as a solvent bridge between oil-based contaminants and water-based cleaners. After dissolving the grease, simple soap removes both the WD-40 and loosened grime completely. This prevents skin irritation from aggressive scrubbing and costs way less than specialized hand cleaners. Sure beats walking into your house looking like you wrestled an oil pan and lost, While specialized hand cleaners exist, nothing beats the convenience of using what you already have on hand during unexpected repairs. The same water-displacing properties that make it perfect for car maintenance also make it ideal for removing what car maintenance leaves behind. Professional mechanics use this trick daily, though they'll rarely admit it to customers who just paid for service. And now for the number one hack that's literally saved cars from the junkyard. Number 1. Paint transfer eraser. Those mysterious streaks of foreign paint on your bumper after a minor parking lot encounter aren't just embarrassing, they're evidence of your driving mistakes for everyone to see. Body shops charge $75 to $150 minimum for this treatment, but here's the secret they don't want you to know. Most of these marks are just transferred paint sitting on top of your clear coat, not actual damage to your finish. Here's the game-changing technique. Spray WD-40 on the affected area, let it sit 1 to 2 minutes to soften the transferred paint. Then buff gently with a microfiber cloth using circular motions. The solvent properties break down foreign paint without harming your factory finish. What actually happens is the formula dissolves the molecular bonds of the transferred paint while leaving your original clear coat untouched. But here's the critical test. If the mark catches your fingernail, it's actual damage requiring professional repair. But if your nail glides smoothly across the surface, WD-40 will erase it in under 5 minutes flat. Always test an inconspicuous spot first on older vehicles or custom paint jobs. Some older clear coats can be more sensitive, and you don't want to dull the finish by accident. And here's the finishing touch. After removing transferred paint, the spot might look slightly dull. That's completely normal. Follow up with spray wax or quick detailer to restore gloss and create a protective barrier against future scuffs. Keep travel-size WD-40 and a clean microfiber cloth in your glove box for instant parking lot fixes. Whether it's a scuff from another car or paint from a shopping cart, this trick has literally saved people hundreds while keeping their cars looking pristine. What actually happens in these minor scrapes is a literal transfer of paint from the other object onto your clear coat. The paint sits on top rather than removing your original finish in most cases. This emergency fix can erase the evidence before anyone notices, saving you from explaining that parking mishap to everyone who sees your car. And if you found this valuable, which let's be honest, you absolutely did, hit that like button and subscribe for more money-saving car secrets your mechanic doesn't want you to know. Now, if you want to see tricks that will save you thousands in car repairs, watch this video. You will not regret it.